I like going hunting, just me, my hound, and my gun. Chasing them deer, rabbit, and squirrel, now that's my kind of fun. I like going fishing too, I'll go on any whim, looking for the big bass, the poppy, and the brim. Just give me a wide open field to walk through. Give me an ocean so deep. I want to ride the longest river in the world, or maybe climb the highest mountain peak. Like going down to the fishing hole, my buddies and me and my old cane pole. Bait them hooks and wet them lines, it's a life I love so fine. It's almost supper time, you'd think the world was mine.
And now for today's outdoor adventure, here's Archie Phillips.
Hit that like a ton of bricks. I'm telling you, I saw him come hit that thing.
Under the boat.
Whoa, whoa,
Under the boat.
On the boat. Think it's trout?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, there you go. Big. There you go. Looky him. Looky him. Nice trout.
All right. How about that professional release, huh?
Huh?
All right.
Well, now, we got rod fields here, and rod, we're down here. I don't know exactly where we're at. I want you to explain to the folks exactly what we're doing. Got your buddy here, Mark.
Ace Fishing Guide.
Stabley, Ace Fishing Guide. Got a man standing up on the front up there, doing some real serious fishing. Got Admiral Jeremiah Denton, good friend of mine from over at Mobile, Alabama, former congressman from Alabama. Senator. Well, that's up there anyway, up there in Washington, and one of our POWs, one of the longest tailed ones. He and another dozen or so fellas spent 7 years and 7 months there. Some of them spent a little longer. And he led our men back. I remember, never will forget the time on television when he stepped out of the plane. He said, "I've served my nation under trying circumstances, and I support my nation. God bless America."
Oh boy, they're hitting.
Jerry, we're glad to have you with us.
He knocked like a ton of bricks.
Trout fishing trip.
I mean, he hit us.
Thank you, Archie. It's a real thrill for me.
I want you to catch a great old big one out there now and see if we can
I just had one
get
hit
one in the 4 to 5 pound category.
Out here deeper, Mark, where they're at.
Working on it.
Doing his best. Mark, what's so significant, and why is Chandeleur Island been so famous for all these years for the redfish and speckled trout? Well, virtually everything. You got ling and all kind of stuff out here, ain't you?
Oh, sure. This is a breeding ground.
Oh, look out, John. Did you see that hit that thing?
Top water hit. What we got here, we got 35 miles of island. It's some of the prettiest island you'd ever want to see. There's not a lot of trees out here. Pretty low. The highest bushes out here are only about 4 foot. But what holds the fish here is all underwater. You got this good, the whole inside of this island is solid grass bed. It's all grass, Archie, all the way down the island. And it's just a breeding ground for everything from pinfish, shrimp, anything you can think of. Small barracudas, anything you can think of, mullet galore, everything comes out here. When you go out here floundering or something at night, you see baby redfish everywhere, small speckled trout. It's just a fish hatchery is what it amounts to.
Just a giant fish hatchery,
That's right.
isn't it? Well, now, your granddaddy used to live out here for years, didn't he?
Yeah, he stayed more on Horn Island, which is about halfway between here and Biloxi. It's about 12 miles off the Mississippi coast. He stayed there more than he did here, but he had a passion for painting. He painted anything you can think of, all the flora and fauna out here that you can think of, and he loved to come out here and catch the breeding season on the pelicans. He loved to paint the baby pelicans in the nest, you know, from the eggs till when they hatched and took off, and he really loved it out here. I think I inherited a lot of my love for these islands from him.
Well, now, you was telling me, or I believe it was Rod telling me, that there's 4 kinds of grasses out here, and one particular type is the one that's real prominent in keeping this hatchery like it is here.
Right. I think the most important grass that we have out here, we have 3 or 4 different kinds. They studying the grasses out here now. LSU is doing a study on them. But my favorite is the long, skinny, it looks like ribbons. It's called eel grass. And I think that is the best.
Got one.
There he is.
Jerry's got one. Jerry's got one.
Jerry's got one on the front up there.
All right, Jer.
That's top water too. Look at
Yeah,
y'all.
that's a pretty nice fish.
Nice fish on the top water. Coming in on the top water.
Not big.
Is it a speck?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a little
it's a
speck.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's a keeper though. What's your size limit on these things now, Mark?
On these speckled trout, the size limit's 12 inches.
12
Keep
inches.
25 trout 12 inches long per person. And
He come up, he's about as big as that plug. He just run up there and grabbed it, didn't he, Jerry?
Yeah, but he is over 12 inches.
I tell you, I got a feeling you like his top water fishing better than anything.
I sure do.
You see him run up there and just nail it good. Pitch him back here. We'll get him. Just pitch him back in the
All right,
box back
thank
there. Now, Jerry, you've been speckled trout fishing and bass fishing all your life. That's your favorite kind, isn't it?
Right. And in the wintertime, mostly specks, and in the rest of the year, bass. But this fishing here for specks is good all year round.
What do you think about this Chandeleur fishing?
Well, I can't think of a better place in the world to spend some time.
Got it, Rod?
Yeah, he's a little one. He's a keeper.
Now, Rod, you got a rig up right there, and we ain't even talked about your rig.
This.
All right, explain that to us right quick.
Want me to explain it to you?
Yeah. Tell me how you rigged up there
All
now.
right, what we got here is called a rattle cork or a Mansfield mauler.
Mauler.
Mauler, man, call them Mansfield maulers. It's just a small cork on about 100-pound wire there, and as you can hear, it makes a sound on top of the water like a shrimp. When it hits the water, when you pop it, it pops like a shrimp pops on top of the water. And I got about 25-pound test leader here, going down about 18 inches to a grub tail. We use a small head behind these corks because the action's a lot better than the heavy head. The bait will work up and float down a lot slower than with a heavy head, and
I see.
we find we do a lot better with that. It's real good.
Y'all run on this speckled trout stuff. Y'all are out of Biloxi, and you run charter trips for this kind of fishing for what, 6 to 8 people, or what, whatever you can handle there. Is that
Primarily
right?
4 to 6 people.
4 to 6 people, custom trips. Got a nice house to stay in. Good. I can vouch for that house.
You can stay 3 days, you can stay 4 days, you can stay a week.
There you go. So just whatever they want, just they can get in touch with you. And
That's right.
you got this nice big boat here, and you got smaller boats that you take out with guided trips.
Right, we fish in the smaller boats. We just bring them out in the big boat, we fish in the smaller in the skiffs.
Just get out there where the main
Right.
trout are and just hammer them, right?
Just hammer them. You got that right. Tell them about the ballast rocks up there, Mark.
Yeah, what's this about these ballast rocks?
Up here by the lighthouse, they got what they call a rock pile. What that is, that's where the old French boats and all old sailing boats came in here a long time ago, and that's where they dumped their large ballast rocks. They had big, like almost boulder-sized rocks, probably 150 to 300 pounds a piece, that they put down in the keels of these old boats to give them ballast, when they didn't have any cargo or anything on them.
Keep them from just tumbling over, right?
That's what gave them little bottom weights, to keep them from flipping over. And whenever they'd come in here, of course, they'd have to dump out most of their ballast so they could make it on into Biloxi and all in the shallow water. And boy, that is some hot trout fishing in the wintertime.
Around them rocks.
Oh man.
Well, the grass grows up. There's a peculiar grass that grows up, and it grows up. It's in about 10 feet of water, and the grass grows straight up, and the grass is like almost comes to the top. So the grass strands are like 8 to 10 feet long, and you can see it on a clear winter day. You can see the rock pile because the grass is sticking up out the water.
I see. So it's old ballast stones.
Yeah.
There he is.
All right, Archie.
Ah!
All right.
That's a nice one there, Archie.
Think that is a nice.
I think that's a good one.
That is a nice
That's a nice trout. You want to? Ooh, that's a nice trout. You better get a net on that, baby. You better get a net.
Where
I
is
got
the
you
net?
right here,
Come off.
Hey,
no.
Gunner, what a nice fish.
Yep, sure come off. He run up there and grabbed it, but I guess he didn't have it good enough.
That was a good one.
I still got heart though. I'm gonna go after another. You got him?
I missed him too. There he is.
There he is. Oh, he's
another one. There's a few fish right there.
Well, they're right
Yeah,
here.
they
Where's that? Well, right here in this area here.
When they had you in that stinking communist prison camp, and they was beating you on everything. I remember in the movie where they said they brought you out in front of these nationwide cameras, gonna make you tell lies about our country. Tell us exactly what happened on that deal.
Well, they were doing worse than beating. Beating would be the preliminary few days of beatings before they really got serious and tortured you, and they had put me through the mill to the point where I had about nothing left, and they told me they were going to have an interview, and that I had to be polite. And for 3 nights they kept me up all night telling me what be polite meant, answering that our country was wrong in the war and that sort of stuff. So I didn't know whether to refuse to go to the interview and have them torture me again. I was pretty well gone, and I was afraid I'd lose what I had left in the way of resistance if they tortured me again. So I went on to the interview, and by the grace of God, I was able to say the opposite of what they wanted me to say, and in case they dubbed in words that would have betrayed me, dubbed in false words, I blinked my eyes as if to react to the blinding television lights, and spelled out the word torture in Morse code over and over again while I was speaking. And I didn't know until 3 days after, or 3 days before I was released, that was about 6 years later, that interview, as recorded, in other words with me defying them, had gotten to the United States. And the way it did happen was the Japanese photographer who interviewed me had already taken 35 confessions that he had extracted from tortured Americans, and he'd been cooperating with the North Vietnamese for months on that, and shown them, and our intelligence people were looking at them. I don't know how much public showing they were given, but when mine happened in front of his eyes, he knew he had a scoop, because I didn't say what they wanted me to say, and he knew that they had prepared me. So he sneaked out of the country and sold, golly, sold the, wow, that's probably a ladyfish.
Looks like a big old trout to me, Jerry.
It
Go
might
ahead.
be.
I'll dip your fish.
And he sold the thing for $50,000 to ABC.
Sold it for the ABC.
Oh, it's a good
For
one.
50 grand.
Oh, that's a
Can you
fine
handle him,
fish.
Jer?
Yeah, it's a
Good.
nice trout though, and he's
I
taking
need a
mine.
net on that one.
I need a net. Want a net?
I'll net him. Don't y'all bother.
Well, I tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be your
Let's
backup
get both
man.
nets on him.
Hey,
You want to net him? Use the other net, will you?
Use
It's
the other
bigger.
net.
It's easier.
Okay.
It's not easy to unhook him, but it's easier to net him.
Yeah, but I don't want to lose this one. I think
Okay.
he's heavier than the others.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good fish right there, Jerry.
He really made a run for a trout, I'll tell
Sure
you.
did. He done good, Jerry. Yes, sir. Bring him right in there. Ah!
Oh,
We like
Hey,
look at that.
You saved him.
All right.
You saved him.
If we hadn't netted him, you'd have been
Oh, right
look at
off of
it.
the lure.
Oh, look
Yeah.
at that pretty
He's
fish.
another nice one. You can't get your hand around him good, you know.
No.
You gotta hold him by the gills to hold these.
That's
Good work, Jer.
Thank you. Boy, oh boy.
Look at that. He done a pretty thing.
You got it.
Top water. Look at him. Look at it. Rod got one on top. Look at him.
All right, Jerry. All right, Jerry. All right, Jerry.
Everett's got one.
Yeah.
Two on. Look at there. Look at
fish
that.
there, huh?
Both of them got one.
Both
Holy-
on top water.
Oh, that's a good one there. Look at
Top water,
Look at him.
fellas. Load them up.
Top water. And Jerry lost the biggest trout he ever had on a minute ago.
That's
But
a
he got
nice
a
one
nice
right here,
one
I
coming
believe.
here
Yeah, I
now.
want to net this one. It's not as big as the other one, but it's big.
It's a good one though, ain't it?
Yeah.
Look at that
This
thing
might
go.
be my rodeo.
How about that?
Look at that.
How
Look at
about
that.
that?
Look at
All
that. Look at
right.
that.
Not as big as that. We might be.
Huh?
That's pretty right
Boy, I'm
there.
telling you,
It looks small.
I heard that strike before I saw it.
That's a
Boy, I
small
love him to
fish.
hit the top of the water. Look at that
He's just-
thing go. Look
just
at him go.
tough. He ain't no good.
He ain't big as that last one, is he, Jerry?
No.
Gonna net him?
I don't think so.
See
We'll
how
take a
he's
look at
hooked
him.
first. For
Yeah.
There he is. There he
Feels-
comes.
He looks little in the water. Oh, he is little. I'll hook him sideways.
He's a keeper.
Swing him in.
He's a keeper.
Oh yeah, easy. Nice.
He was in that school. Was yours about like this?
I'm
Oh,
a
that's
bit
a
bigger
good
than
trout
that.
right there,
Yeah.
Jerry.
little
Oh,
boat.
good
Come
trout.
on, don't get into that rope.
Good trout.
He got
Make this
right
drift
through.
again. There's a couple more big ones in there. I tell you, I think it's going to be top water, y'all.
You think so?
Well, I think so. I got a good feeling about this top water. The wind's died down a little bit. Not so rough.
Not quite as much grass right now either.
Well, there's not any grass. The grass doesn't bother this one at all.
Look
That's
at
a big boiler.
Boy, I'm telling you,
what
look
are
at
you
it.
fishing with that I ain't?
Top water. I'm
Top water.
fishing with
All right.
a devil horse.
Devil horse. Boy, we must.
And they loving it. They loving it. They loving it.
That old devil horse to get them on it.
Telling you, boy.
That's a spinner on both ends, isn't it?
Yep.
Boy, I love this topwater trout fishing. Now we
I'm telling you, boys, this is exciting.
I like all of it, but topwater that's just the ultimate. There ain't no other words for it. It's just the ultimate.
A lot harder.
There he is. Mark's got a good one. That's a good one, Mark.
I believe it is.
That's a good fish. Ooh, that's nice.
Bring that thing on in here. Bring that thing on in here. Now you're float corking that one, right?
Yeah, this one of Rod's old rattle corks here.
Boy, this is a fine place to trout fish down here. Anybody really wants to get into some good trout fishing, they need to come off down here to Chandeleur Island, because, well, you got 35 miles of hunting and pecking, hadn't you?
Oh man, if you can't find you an untouched spot around here, you're just not looking.
Crystal clear water. Archie, down here, this boat's becoming real popular for several reasons. One is its stability. It's a truly rough water boat. Whereas conventional boats in 6-foot seas have to slow down, this one rides smoother when you speed it up. Another advantage is the horsepower. As you can see on this one, we're using twin 60 outboards. This is a 24-foot boat, so it uses at least a third and sometimes half the horsepower as a conventional sized boat. And one of the main advantages is that we're in 8 inches of water right now, and we're fishing down this boat in 8 inches of water. So it's just, for the type of fishing we do out here, it's phenomenal. This is a phenomenal boat. The name of the boat's Manicat, and it's being built now in Biloxi, in a production facility in Biloxi, and I'll tell you, it's a revolutionary design. It's going to be a great fishing boat.
Archie, we got out there a little early this morning because the tide was falling. I wanted to get in there before they took off, but I wanted to show you how we rigged up those spoons we fished in with this morning.
On them redfishes.
Yeah, we got some Johnson spoons here. We got the silver minnow. This is the one with the weed guard, as you can see. And what we did to them here, an old fella named Rudy Grigger showed me how to rig these spoons. He's been fishing out here for years and years. He's about 75, and he knows a few tricks about it, but he showed me this, and what I did here...
Is this his favorite lure?
This is about his favorite lure, yeah it is. What we did here, we took a 60-pound piece of piano wire here, single strand wire, and we looped it here on the front. We twisted it on the front of the spoon, and as you can see, we left a nice sized loop here on the front where that spoon has got plenty of wobble to it. It's not bound up in any way. It's just nice and free wobble in there. And then we took a small number 12 black swivel. The reason we use black is so if you get in a mackerel or anything, they won't chop your line off where they hit a shiny swivel. Then we also put a small bucktail. Took some of these orange plastic bucktails. You can use feathers, whatever you want to use. The old hair ones that come on a Mr. Champ will work just as good. And we took a little piece of surgical tubing, put it over the loop of the bucktail, and then put the whole works over the end of the hook there. And as you can see, we trimmed this bucktail off a little bit, which keeps you from getting short strikes. If you leave that bucktail long, these fish will be striking at it and missing your hook.
So that's it. That's the Johnson spoon.
That is the redfish killer there.
Rigged to custom redfish killer.
That's a Chandeleur custom rig for redfish right there.
Boy, Mark, we sure did have a good time this morning over on them redfish. Got one?
Ain't much to him there.
Huh?
Ain't much to him.
Ain't a big one?
Unless he's coming toward me.
Whoa, look at there. Oh, that's a good one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, look at there.
That's a baby there.
Whoa, look at that. Goodness gracious. Now they was in there, Mark. Now we're down here where we off of Biloxi or Gulfport. Now what is the rules on the redfish now?
Well, see, a 15-incher is the minimum size. That one's easily in the 15-inch class.
Look, turn them up. Let's see them. It's got more than one spot. Look at that. And there's got 4 spots on it.
Yep.
And,
that's a nice little fish there.
So
weigh
what is the limit now? 15 to what?
15 to 30 inches. You're allowed 5 fish per person.
I see. Now tell us if you would now where we're at And exactly what?
We're about probably 8 or 10 miles from the north end of Chandeleur here. We're up in a little cut here. We got a lot of mullet working up in here.
Now what's the significance of the mullet now?
Well, the redfish follow the mullet schools. They feed on the mullet. Even see a redfish that small will eat a 8 or 10 inch mullet. They'll eat that mullet down. And what we're gonna try to do here, I'll let that little one go if I catch a couple more nice ones, but hopefully we'll get a few nice ones up in here.
Well, folks, we had a great day today. I've had a wonderful time. We fished all kind of ways. We enjoyed that red fishing. It just didn't hold out long enough for us out there.
I wish we'd have caught a few more, man.
Well, maybe we should have rolled out a little bit better. The accommodations were so great, the beds are so good, and the food was so great. We were just a little bit lazy getting out of there. and Amber, I don't know what to tell you about that big old fish you let get away. I mean, you know, we done all we could do, but you was on the other end of the rod. That's all we could do.
It was the thrill of a lifetime, really. I'm just sorry I lost it, and I never will forget this time with y'all.
All right.
We enjoyed everybody. We'll come back and fish with y'all again sometime.
All right.
Fishing's great. The accommodations are outstanding, and it's just a beautiful place to be. Y'all folks stay tuned again next week for some more outdoors with Archie.